Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Sharon G Sewing and Alteration class. This evening, I'm going to show you how to set up and how to thread your domestic sewing machine. This is my domestic machine, and it's actually called a brother. I'm just going to explain how to thread your machine and how to use it. Over here is called the thread spool pin. It goes down and it goes up. Then when you come over here, this little slot here is called the upper thread tension guide. And then this little dial disc right here is called the bobbin winding tension disc. And then as you come over here, you have the bobbin winding spindle. You flip it to the right when you're actually filling your bobbin, and you flip it to the left once the bobbin is filled. Then you come over here, and this is called the stitch length setting dial, meaning it has numbers that's related to the stitch. So on this right here is the panel where there is lots of stitch that this machine actually even do buttonholes. Okay, so all the stitches that this machine does is right here. Then you come down. This is called the tension dial. It actually has numbers on it. So if your machine is not sewing properly, this is where you need to adjust. You probably turn it to the left or to the right until your machine is sewing. Then we come over here, and this is a reverse stitch lever. You press it down, the machine goes backwards. We call it the backward stitch. Release it, the machine goes forward. So you will need this lever when you actually start to sew and when you end your sewing. Then underneath here is a lever, and they call it the presser foot lever. In the up position, this is the presser foot, and then in the down position, the presser foot goes down. So I'll show you again. Up, lifts the presser foot, down, the presser foot go down. And this, as I said, this is the presser foot. Okay, and then this is the needle. Okay, and then you have in front, this is a table, a removable table. Some people might know it has a word, they call it the free hand. So if I pull on it, it comes off. So you could sew with or without. And then here you have the door to the bobbin. When you open, underneath here, you have the bobbin and the bobbin case. And if I tilt the machine a little, you can see there's a latch right here. And if I hold on the latch and pull it, it comes out. And if you look, there's a little pin right here, and this little pin will fit into this slot right here. And I'll just show you. Hold that like that. See? Bingo, in the slot. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take this out and leave it out. I'm going to close the door on that. Then we come over here, and then this is the power for the light on and off. Now to press it, the light goes off, and there's no power to the machine. I press it back on, the light goes on. And then this is the power socket to the machine. And if I follow it and come down, this is the foot control. I can literally use my hand to operate the machine, but you're going to use your foot. But I just wanted to show you what it does when you do that. So the power connector is all of this that gets your machine started. Okay, and now I'm going to show you how to fill your bobbin. This is the bobbin, this is your thread. You're going to place the thread on the thread spool pin. Then you're going to wind it around the bobbin winding disc. Bobbin winding disc. Then you're going to get the bobbin. You're going to place it on the bobbin winding spool. Then the thread should go to the back of the bobbin, not to the front, but to the back. Then you just wrap it around a few times. Okay, and then you flip the bobbin to the right, then hold the thread, then go down to the foot control, and then you're gonna press, and then look, there you go, the bobbin being filled as we speak. We're not going to put a lot of thread on it because I just want a little. However, if you want to have a full bobbin, you could just keep going, and when it's finished, the machine will just go like that. That tells you that it's finished. Okay, so now I'm gonna get my little scissors, cut the thread, take the bobbin off, just leave it there for now. Then we're gonna come back up. Then now I'm going to show you how to thread the machine. We're gonna put it through this tension lever, come down, put it around the tension dial, then come up, and then use the wheel to raise the thread catcher, then go around, go down. This machine always form an N shape for all domestic machine. So just think of an N means needle. Then underneath there's a little slot. Just put it in. And now we are going to thread our needle. Okay. Oops, that did it one time. And pull the needle through. Now if you come back round to the front of the machine where the door is to the bobbin, now we have our bobbin case. Just put it in, and if you just get a close-up of the bobbin, if you notice there's a little slit right here, and then round here there's a little hole, and then that's the pin. You're gonna hold the bobbin in one hand and get the thread, put it to the slit, and bring it round. If you're able to do this, meaning that's perfect. There should be no reason why your machine should not stitch. So now we're gonna put it inside the machine. So this little slot, you're gonna hold it like that. Your thread. So this is the correct way to hold it. As you can see, the pin right there, the slot, and then the thread is to the other side. So then we're gonna put it into the shovel. And as you can see, remember where I said this little pin is gonna fit into that hole, just like a puzzle. When you release that, then you're going to get the thread, hold on to the thread, and then hold on to the wheel, and then you're going to start turning. So as you start turning, look at what all eyes right here on the needle. As you start turning the wheel, still holding the thread, keep turning. So the aim of it is to go down to the bottom, and it's gonna pick up the thread from the bobbin. Can you see that? It comes right up, and that's your thread from underneath or now on top. Then you're going to close the door. Use the presser foot lever, lift it up in the up position. Then get the table, the free end, and slot it back on. And now, guys, we're ready to sew. So we're gonna get a piece of fabric, This I cut earlier. So my machine is actually in a straight stitch position, and on this machine the straight stitch position is a 9. So I'm going to place the fabric right there, press the foot lever, put it in a down position. Then I'm going over to the wheel. I'm going to sink my needle into the fabric. Then I'm going to use my foot on the foot control because I'm about to sew. Look, guys. So remember, I'm just going to just sew one line, and then I'm going to do another one just to show you. All right. I'm going to remind you of something that I showed you earlier. Okay, so this is my first stitch. Okay, see how beautiful that is? If I open it up, you can see that. But, however, what I forgot to tell you about the reverse lever. So I'm going to sew one more line just to show you. When sewing, get the wheel sink, you move forward, and then you press the lever down, and then you're going to stitch backwards, and then you release it, and then you go forward. And then at the end of the stitch, when you finish sewing, if you want to stop, you press it down, go back, release, go forward. I just did that just to show you. So now I'm going to stitch all the way to the end. So I'm going to press it down, forward, and then look at the difference. It's an actual thicker line, thicker thread. See, it's thicker here, and this is continue all the way down, and it's thicker. So whenever you're sewing, you always backstitch, we call it, just to seal off the thread. Because look what happened here. This I didn't backstitch, and you see how easy it is for the thread to come out, right? And then this I backstitch, so it's not coming out. So that's the purpose of doing a backstitch. I'll show you from the other end again. See? It can easily come out because it's not sealed off. But now this will never come out because it's sealed. So now if you were making a garment, this will be the right side, and this will be the inside. So this machine also, I'm going to show you, put it in a zigzag setting. So the zigzag setting on this is the number 2. So I need the number 2. So I'm going to turn this all the way around to number 2. Okay. And then, oops, my thread came out. Needle. That happens all the time, people. So for the domestic machine, you always thread your needle from front to back. Okay. So look at my zigzag. Oh, that's really tiny. So I think I want the next one. I'm going to try the number 3. Nice. We use a zigzag for the edges. Okay, that's perfect. I'm going to show you how to do it for the edges now. So that if you don't have a overlocker or other known as a serger, this stitch can finish your edge. So look at how I'm going to do it right at the edge so you can see what it looks like. Alright. And it doesn't fray, stop the fabric from fraying. When you wash your garment, the fabric will not fray out because this will give it a nice edge. Look at that. Beautiful. And you can go bigger too because we do have a number 4. So if I turn this to number 4, look how nice and big. But when you're doing a zigzag, you do not have to use your reverse stitch lever. All right, let me cut. And then you can experiment and try out all the other different stitches on this machine. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for participating. And I'll see you in my next video. Stay tuned.